everyone, it's Carly here. I'm back with another quick review. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Sculpt New York Creme Tint Pros. I have 3 of them. I do not have the blushes because even though there's 8 shades, which is awesome, like they really range from light to deep skin tones, I just didn't really love any of the colors. I knew I wouldn't really like them if I purchased them, so I did not buy them. But I will be speaking to the contour, the bronzer, and the highlighter today. So I picked these up about a month and a half ago. I've been testing them for quite a while. I really wanted to use them a lot before doing this review. So the 3 I bought were the Creme Tint Pro in Contour, which is this more like cool toned, I'd say like light to medium skin tones, cool tone shade. It has some nicks in it. I was trying to get like brushes or hairs from my brush. But then I got the bronzer shade in light medium, which I'll get into the undertones of this, but it is definitely more for like light medium skin tones. And then the Creme Tint Pro Radiant in the shade Beige. And there are, I believe, I was just looking at this, 6 highlighter shades and 6 bronzers, and they are a super expansive range. For only having like 6 doesn't sound like a lot, but there really is like a highlighter for light to deep skin tones, and there really is a bronzer for light to deep skin tones. The only thing is that there's only 1 contour shade in the range. The rest are more like marketed as bronzers. But the owner of this company, from what I've learned from her, she really takes a lot of time to work on undertones to make sure that there's a large range for each formula, but then that also all the undertones really work for like that range of skin tone, which I think is really awesome, and I think it's true from my experience so far. So the whole point of these is you buy like these little palettes, or you can from her website, Sculpt New York, and I bought the mini one, which was $20. They always have discount codes going, I feel. I bought all of these when it was, I think, like 30% off over maybe like $80, so that's why I bought 3, and then the palette so that I could get the discount, and it was such a good deal. But this is normally $20, and I feel like it's such good quality that I would definitely spend $20. It's just the perfect size, even if you just want to put like your little single pan eyeshadows in it, and it zips up really nicely, super easy for travel when we can do that again. So the palette itself is super well made, and I'm really impressed with that. And then all the Creme Tint Pros that they offer can fit in here, up to 4 obviously, and then there's also a larger one. So I have 3. And the whole point of these is that you can kind of like, you know, I like to like go back and forth between the bronzer and the contour and like mix them together. They're very like artistry based. This whole brand, I'd say, is like very artistry based. You can really be creative because they're just like these, you know, tinted, almost like balm products, which is really awesome. And yeah, so I'll insert the demo now of me using these products. Okay, so in this demo, I only use the contour shade because it's definitely my preferred shade out of the 2 that I purchased. It's more cool toned, but on my skin, because I have such neutral undertones, it really just shows up as a very like neutral bronzy tone. I definitely think it helps contour and kind of chisel my cheekbones, but at the same time, it does almost warm up my skin. I don't know, I really love this shade much more than the light medium bronzer, which has more of a yellow undertone. So as you can see in the demo, I just dip my brush in. Here I'm using the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Complexion Perfection brush. I dip it in and I just sort of start stippling it on my cheekbones, and I feel like these are so easy to use, you really can't mess it up. They honestly are pretty sheer when they go on, or at least the shades that I purchased, and then I do like 2 or 3 layers to build it up to the way I like it. But I really love that because, as you can see, they are so universal. Like if you really want a sheer supernatural look, you can just do 1 little layer and it really looks like your skin. It blends in so effortlessly. I really think you could use any brush with these, maybe even your fingers, but I really like this bigger brush because I just feel like I can get it done so quickly. And yeah, I just really easily stipple it on and then blend it out like around my hairline to make sure it looks blended. But these are not like a super pigmented cream bronzer. You know, we really like the Tarte bronzer on this channel. We've liked the Milk Makeup bronzer in the past, and those are definitely more pigmented than these. These feel really thin and weightless on the skin, and they just look so natural. Even after, you can see, I do a few layers and coats, it still looks really natural but gives my face really beautiful color, and I just love the ease of use. I think that even like a beginner in makeup would really love these. And I also think there's not a lot of products on the market that are like this. I feel like it's so hard to find user-friendly products that still have like the beautiful tones and undertones. I don't know, I think these are so unique and they work so well on my skin. And then for the highlighter, I actually don't use a brush, as you'll see in this demo as well. I like to just go in with my finger. Super simple, you know, just rub it in there to really warm up the product and then apply it to my cheekbones, tap it on with my finger. Again, so easy to use. And this highlighter really surprised me. Out of everything that I purchased, the highlighter is my favorite. And on camera, I actually feel like you can't really see how pretty it is. It looks so natural and kind of sheer on camera. But in person, I actually feel like you can really see like the beautiful pearls on my cheekbones. And it's definitely visible with still looking natural and pretty. It doesn't look like glittery or anything, but it just goes on so smooth, just like the bronzer or the bronzer and the contour do, and blends in so easily, but still gives me like a highlighted effect that I really like. I just really love this highlighter. The shade I have is beige, and I think that it works really great on my skin tone. Again, she did a great job with having it be like a really neutral tone. It doesn't look too warm or too cool, so I feel like it just is so expansive across multiple skin tones. Like this might be a little too dark for someone fairer than me, but there's a pearl shade. And then I actually think that this could even work for someone with more like medium, light medium skin tone. So it's just awesome that there's so many options, and I hope that the formula is just as great across all shades. I can only imagine it would be. Like I said, I really don't love the yellow undertones of the light medium bronzer, which I'll insert swatches so you can see how they all look on my skin tone. So I probably wouldn't have purchased that one if I would have known, but it's still really pretty and I'll probably get use out of it. Just not my favorite. And then I really hope they release other blush shades because like I said, none of them they really speak to me. If you guys watch our channel, you know I really like neutral, like dusty rose shades, or like just a deeper nude blush. Like those are my favorites, and none of them, they're a lot like brighter. So if you like those shades, definitely try those out. I'm sure they're really beautiful. And then yeah, but between this contour and this highlighter, I feel like I'll be repurchasing when I use them up. That is the only thing, is I do feel like I'm gonna go through them pretty quickly. Oh, and I touched on the price of the palette, but I haven't touched on the price of these. So each Creme Tint Pro is $16. As I said, there really is always sales going on. There's a few influencers that have codes as well. So I feel like you can get a discount on them, but even at the $16 price point, I think it's such a good quality product for $16. But yeah, I really hope that this review was helpful. And if you guys haven't heard of Sculpt New York, check them out for sure, because I love supporting small brands, especially ones that really seem to put a lot of thought into their products, which I think is kind of rare these days. So really love this, highly recommend, check them out.